Are we starting this shit yet?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Guys,
Let's go.
guys.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Let's go. Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you on?
Yeah, it's on.
Welcome, 1 down, 5 up.
Woo!
I'm happy.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Kenny.
Kenny is here in replacement of Joe Boogie because Boogie has a meeting right now, and he has to be in this meeting. Otherwise,
The universe will stop.
The universe will stop.
We have to make sure we keep the universe going.
Yes, the universe must keep going, and therefore we are doing another episode without Boogie. Unfortunately, it's just that time of the year.
And he's going to say something about it next episode. Oh, you didn't have me on.
You guys didn't even allow me and didn't wait for me. You guys are messed up.
No, we did wait for him. We waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited.
At least 30 minutes.
Exactly. I think we watched the whole last episode.
We did watch the whole last episode.
Okay. Yeah. So, Boogie, we miss you. We love you. Not that you're going to ever hear this because you don't like to listen to anything in the world except for Unsolved Mysteries.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Anyways, we have Kenny. Kenny is our lead tech, our knowledgeable tech.
I would say more of a shop janitor.
Shop janitor? Okay.
Oh, shop janitor.
Oh, yeah.
That's bullshit. Mother Bruce is the shop janitor.
No, I clean up everybody's stuff. Sorry.
Are you would you think you'd be considered the Baker Motor Corporation's shop janitor then?
Absolutely.
I would say that's a good one. I mean,
absolutely.
We get everyone's problems down here.
And I have to clean it up.
And then you clean it up. There you go. But we'll get on to some of the other fun things you get to do.
All the fun things.
You've been working here for about a year now.
Just a little over a year, about a year and 2 months.
Okay. And that's what you wrote a year ago. What'd you say?
Nothing.
And I said, let's get you a bike. And you're like, no.
Yeah, I really wanted a Harley. That was my on brand for years and years and years and years. And it was just kind of waiting for the right deal to walk through the door here.
And the deal ended up being what?
I ended up with a 2021 Indian... 2020, sorry, I can't count. 2020 Indian Springfield Dark Horse Jack Daniels edition.
That bike sounds familiar, Kyle.
It sounds very familiar.
Does it have tab pipes on it?
It does have tab pipes.
Does it have a tab header on it?
It does have a tab
Was it really dirty when you got it?
It was all the dirty.
You know what? That's just not nice.
It was all the dirty. And I think it had bugs from at least 15 different counties on it.
Oh, no. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I see your counting skills are as good as mine right now.
I was actually counting tickets in counties.
Okay. Yeah.
I was actually counting all the ticket counties. I was like, hold on now. But anyways, because that's how usually all the bugs. But anyways, what made you, A, get back on a bike, and B, I know why, but let's tell the audience. Why did you go make the conversion?
So basically, I haven't been on a bike in quite a while. I haven't had a lot of time to ride a bike. And when you get done riding everybody else's stuff, that's a lot of the times it's junk or it's sketchy. And people will bring bikes in here. Oh, I just need an oil change. But then you go to get on it and the brakes are low, the tires are bald. It's you get tired of riding bikes that could possibly kill you. And so it kind of takes a little bit of the fun out. Like a guy that cooks all day at work, he doesn't want to come home and make himself a souffle. He's down to throw something in the microwave. You know what I mean? So I got out of
contractor's house that's always under construction.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's my house.
That's because you burned your house down, Kyle.
Yeah. I have doors in my house. I've been in my house for over a year and a half, and there's certain doors in my house that I still haven't painted.
Man, you need to get busy. What is going on?
I got a lot going on.
You do have a lot going on, though. Yeah. How's the pup?
He's good. He's good. Yeah, he's not being in the house as much anymore. So
that's good.
Nice.
That's good.
I still have yet to see Obi.
He'll be around eventually. He's freaking wild right now, but at some point I do want to bring him down. But I had to take him to Baker Motorsports last week, and took him up there. I was like, okay. And I bought my mom this. It's almost like a baby carrier, but it's for a dog. Put him in that.
Do you have a baby Bjorn for a dog?
Sort of.
You're so.
But I walked in Baker Motorsports. Everybody's like, oh, my gosh, let me pet him. Well, he was asleep or close to it, and then I walk in, and after everybody pets him, he just wakes right up and wants to get out of it, and it was
That's like the exact opposite of Gabe's dog.
Yeah, that dog, I took pictures of it yesterday, first time ever seeing that dog, and that dog was laying upside down. In his
He just
arms,
lays on his back.
everything.
I've yet to see a dog actually walk. Everyone just carries him. And he's not a small dog. Like, he's going to be a big dog. He's a Labradoodle. This dog's going to be huge. And
Gabe is going to get really swole. Just like you.
I'm not swole.
That shirt is making you all the swole today.
This shirt is...
I mean, you are definitely rocking the chest out today. I love it.
It's very tight today.
It looks like a medium.
It is a large. Thank you very much. I'm just not a large person anymore. I'm a very large person, apparently. So thank you very much for
How was the workout this morning?
It wasn't.
Wasn't?
This is a retired operator bod.
Oh, okay.
Retired operator bod. Retired operator bod.
All right.
Yeah.
It looks like retired Dunkin' Donuts bod.
Do you have anything to say there, freaking stomach with stick figure arms and legs?
No, I mean, I really got a goal. I'm trying to look like one of those things that they put on the road to advertise with the silly, wacky, wavy arms, you know? That's what I'm working on.
Just got to get a little taller.
Yeah,
I mean, have you seen this man?
Yeah, I'm like the skinniest.
He looks like SpongeBob.
Hey, stop making fun of him. You're basically making fun of me.
I know, but we're shifting fire.
I've got the SpongeBob thing going on.
You do. Like, Maddie, all she knows is that you're SpongeBob.
I'm SpongeBob.
You're SpongeBob.
Your daughter completely, but she was like, Dad, don't call him bad names. And I'm like, no. I am SpongeBob. I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay. SpongeBob, hi.
Hi, SpongeBob. What's up, buddy?
But no, he's literally a 5-year-old's drawing of a person. Big round body, stick figure arms and legs.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what Kenny is.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, his ass is just a straight.
There is no ass. It's like an extension of my back with a hole.
It's like the asshole is just literally up against like his skin.
Yeah, like
there's no spreading the cheeks. There's no nothing.
When my dad would like spank me, it was literally like he was basically just slamming air up my backside. I'm like, buddy, no. This isn't working out for me.
He was queefing. He was
buying pants must be really tough.
No, the pants thing is fine. It's just like I gotta find a belt. I gotta find a belt that can contract my hips enough that it'll hold the pants up because there's no booty to hold them up.
You gotta find a belt with corners.
Yeah, the belt has to have corners. It's a SpongeBob belt.
I mean, it's amazing. I've never seen anyone with your lack of body shape.
It is. It's kind of a lack of body shape. I mean, God was like, hey, I'm going to put everything on your gut and nothing anywhere else. It's all just going to be keeping it classy dad bod.
All right.
Out of shape dad bod.
You're out of shape dad bod.
Yeah.
Some girls like that.
You know, oddly enough, they do. And I'm like, you know what? The girls that like that, they don't have much to offer either. And I'm not about that either.
I don't know. Instagram is full of chicks that say, I love dad bods. And it's like, I'm like, yo.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, maybe I should start working out a little. Well, there's some girls out there that like this.
They only come over and hang out for the snacks. That's all they got. I've got Capri Suns, I've got fruit roll-ups, anything you need.
I got Go-Gurts, yeah.
Go-Gurts are good. If you freeze them, they're even better.
They are good frozen.
Yeah.
That's because you don't cook. We discovered that last night. You have a brand new, beautiful kitchen in your house.
Used it like 3 times.
You are
the microwave.
Have you actually used the stove and oven, or have you just
used 3 times?
I have not used the top. Like,
you've never used a stove? That's called stove.
No.
Yeah, I haven't used
pizza
that.
rolls don't go good on the stove. You got to bake those things.
The oven I've used.
Yeah.
You've never used
Never used the thing. Yeah, it's been used. I just haven't used it.
Yeah, by Klinger?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Oh, my God, I just put that together. That's awesome.
Oh, you know who Klinger is now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
Usually she'd be sitting right over there just burning holes into Kyle's freaking soul.
Oh, absolutely.
She's gone.
She's not for according to Carson, but whatever.
No, she's gone.
Uh-huh. She sucked the life out of him.
Like, he ended up with his legs the size of mine and they started as yours?
What? I don't think Kyle's ever gotten, like, he just looks like this. This is just Kyle.
Yeah.
He's a beautiful young man.
He's a beautiful young man.
Thank you.
Love it.
Anyways, back to you. So you're back on, okay, so.
Well, first off, I'm staying on brand. I love Indian. I've been on Harleys forever.
I thought you were be on Challenger.
You know what? I really did want the Challenger, but then you got to stay with the sexy, classy stylings of our Springfield. I mean, it really does look like something you'd see James Dean on. And you know what? If I got a bike that is that classy, I don't really have to worry about it. I can throw on like a wife beater and still look good. No body, no physique, nothing. But I'm on that bike.
It's true. I mean,
and people are like, "Oh my God, you look good." They get off the bike and they're like, what the hell just happened? You don't look good anymore.
When it worked for Happy, you knew something was going on.
Yeah, I saw it working, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to be a part of this. Like, if it can make this doofus look good, I've got a chance here. I've got a chance.
I mean, it's true.
No hair over gets combed. No grooming gets done unless
There's grooming.
When you went to Tad's, that's the last time you were groomed, right?
I brushed my beard this morning.
With your fingers.
No, with a fucking brush.
With your toothbrush while you were done to him?
No, a beard brush.
Oh, beard brush. My bad. All right.
Why don't you grow a beard, white trash?
This is naturally Joe Dirt. I mean, look. Do you see how like there's these missing patches right here?
No. Go back a couple episodes and look at Redneck Kyle. That is natural Joe Dirt.
You have the.
No, he's talking about some random picture.
Oh, it was a great picture.
He's going to show it.
I'm going to definitely show it because I love Redneck Kyle.
Sure.
All right. So anyway, Happy put himself in a large shirt.
I had to put myself in a large shirt so that way.
It's actually a schmedium.
It's a large. I don't have a red. We're all out of red shirts.
He's in a schmedium.
Look there.
Oh my God! It's Redneck Kyle. Holy crap! That's awesome. I love it. So yeah. Anyway, I ended up back, and I did. I originally wanted the Challenger. The Challenger is a bad beast. I mean that thing, and you own one now.
I do.
It's ridiculous
because of you and Knox.
And you I've already shown how ridiculous. Like my bike is fast, and then you spanked me on your bike.
Yes, I did.
And I was like,
which was really a bittersweet thing. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. All right,
because you owned it.
I owned it. I thought it was amazing. I roasted tons of people with that bike. Like,
yeah.
All the Harleys.
Oh, it's fast.
All the Harleys I fucking smoked.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I've taken 131s on the line with that bike.
That bike is fast. I love it.
And then
I took a BMW on the way home last night.
To see my Challenger just
eat me up,
destroy it. It was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I was like, I'm so proud and so sad at the same time. I never had such a conflict of emotions.
Have you told him about Bulldog? About what we did there with the dyno runs and all that?
No.
I saw you going up, so Happy you had just dynoed yours.
Oh, that's right.
And then he's going up. He's like, oh, man, I'm going up next. I was like, well, I'll get a picture. And he's like, yeah, man, this is Happy's old bike. I'm excited. I'm ready to be his. I'm ready to beat his power figure, and I'm going to let him know. I was like, oh, well, I'll definitely get a picture then. And then I stand there and look at the figure, and I'm like, ooh. And I look at him. He's like, what is it? What is it? And then he comes up. He gets all sad, and he's like, all right, well, not going to tell Happy about that one.
So we haven't even talked about the Challenger yet, my Challenger.
You haven't even talked about it yet?
No, I've been waiting on for freaking 2 months.
I've been busy. I'm a busy guy.
You went and got drunk the last couple times that we did the podcast. You were just like, you know what? I'm off work. I'm going home.
I mean, the last time we were supposed to do it at 6, and I don't think you guys even started till
Yeah, we have a
7:45
schedule.
Well, and the store is supposed to close at 6, but half the time it stays open till 7:30.
I mean, when sales are hopping, things are happening.
Hey, podcast is fun. It doesn't pay the bills.
No, absolutely not.
So,
no.
but
that's
yeah, we haven't even talked about the Jack Daniel's Challenger. So the whole reason, it was funny because originally it was going to be like I had the Jack Daniel's Challenger and the Springfield. Yeah. And you're like, you and Joe both were like, hey, I'll just throw you a couple bones and then I'll just ride it. And I was like, sure, that's fine.
Yep.
And you literally took it the very first night. And you're like, well, you're never getting this back.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, well.
It's, I forgot how nice it is to ride something that you enjoy and you do it for your enjoyment and not for work. Mm-hmm. When you ride, pretty much I ride every day. So I've got about 24 years of everyday riding. Mm-hmm. And it's all on other people's stuff.
And when you were riding those customers' bikes, was it just like around the store or was it like?
No, I mean, you got to take them all. You got to take them all on test rides. So, and like I was saying earlier, you never know what you're getting on because people don't necessarily keep up their bikes. I mean, I'm going to look it over and check your tire pressure and all that. But I mean,
you're also not enjoying the ride. You're going, okay, how's the brakes? How's it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're trying to listen for that one little squeak that a freaking customer. It's making this noise right here.
And I get on my bike like the other day. I rode about 300 miles. I get on that thing and I just turn everything off. I mean, that's
what's amazing about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I go and just autopilot and just roll.
Do you listen to music or anything, or
no? I don't listen to anything. I listen to just the wind blowing by my head. And
okay, that's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, that's the other cool thing about it. I mean, his is really cool. I like riding next to the Jack Daniel's Challenger because A, it looks beautiful. But B, it's got all the cool features. Like when we were riding back from Smithfield from Bulldog, I'm looking over at him being kind of jealous. I'm like, oh my God, you got navigation, you've got a 400-watt sound system. I mean, I can hear your music on the highway, and we were rolling like steady.
Were you able to hear my music?
Yeah, we were rolling like steady between 80 and 100 and some odd number, and I was still hearing music and watching GPS on his. Mm-hmm. So I was like, that is pretty cool. What do I have? I mean, I've got all the engine and all the exhaust that you could possibly want, and I'm fine with that.
As long as you stay friends with Happy and ride with him,
yeah,
you don't need that.
I've got navigation with his bike. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I just got to make sure I keep up. But I think the only way I can keep up is if I do right-hand turns all day, though.
Bitch.
No.
Bitch, you've ridden with me like one time.
One time, and I watched him his whole.
I caught up into the right-hand turn.
We go into a right-hand turn, getting on the freeway, and this dude leans his head, and his bike goes over a little bit.
I don't lean my head because I can't lean my head to the right.
He's got a mile that the bike could go over, and that's why when we got to the gas station, I'm like, you have a lot farther.
Why I couldn't lean over? Because this fucktard was actually taking up the whole damn lane. I was like, oh,
no,
okay.
I came up on the inside.
You're in my lane. I came up from behind him. He went like this. I came up like that, and I was like, where did he go? Jesus. And he was like, where did he go? Top Gun reference.
No.
Top Gun reference. No, he's all up in my lane.
I'm passing you on the inside because you're.
No, you weren't on the inside at all.
Where was I then?
You were in my part of the lane. You drifted.
How were you in front of me?
You drifted, dumbass.
Drifting. Okay.
You drifted. You I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just. And then as soon as I opened up a lane, I freaking smoked your ass.
Well, that didn't happen.
I can't lean my head. This is as far as my head goes.
That's
to the right.
as far as your bike was going.
Bitch, any day of the week, I will destroy you.
Okay, we can go and we'll go do.
Destroy you.
We'll go do a racetrack all
day long. All day long.
Instead of left hand all day, we're just gonna do right hand all day.
That's cool.
Every time we get into the corner, every time we get
I
into
will
that
destroy
corner,
you. Okay, you and your SpongeBob freaking twig arms and legs. All right.
It makes me more aerodynamic. My fat ass isn't blocking the wind.
I got a big old fucking fender or fairing that blocks the wind.
No, that thing's aerodynamic.
I'm good. It blocks all me.
How does that go?
Beep 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 beep.
Okay,
right there. So, what was the real seller for you though?
Wow.
Riding the bike will just sell the bike.
No, what was the real seller? What made you say you're never getting this bike back?
I don't know. What was the real
He's
seller?
16 years old.
Oh my God, he's not even 16. I totally forgotten. I'm going to be punishing myself later about this.
Yeah, you should be because I'm
there's so many things I like about it though. I had to sit there and isolate one thing. So my son, who is a little bit on the spectrum, he has auditory issues, things like that. He's about to be 11 years old. He's at his mom's house. I'm like, I'm coming over. I'm gonna pick you up on the bike. Okay, cool. I show up. This bike is loud, obnoxious, just all the angries. I show up and he's covering his ears. I'm like, oh no, I hope this goes good. So I turn the bike off, and he's like, is it gonna be that loud when I'm on it? No, you're gonna have a helmet on. All the sound's gonna be going behind you. We get on the bike. We go around the neighborhood to make sure he's good. And he's like, let's go. So we ride down to Carolina Beach. We pull over for a second. I check on him. He's like, let's keep going. And I'm like, you want to keep riding? Absolutely. And so, seeing that joy in his face and just hearing him so happy to be on that bike and finally finding a way that I can connect with him, because it's really hard.
That's awesome.
It's hard to connect with any 10-year-old when, the way they are versus the way I grew up, playing outside, playing with sticks, and they're like, I'm making stick notes videos or I'm doing these things on YouTube and Instagram. And I'm like, okay, cool. But now I finally found a middle ground with my child, something that he enjoys.
That was the first one. And then what happened when Evan
absolutely.
went into the freaking garage?
Oh, Evan went in the garage, and you guys.
This is the 16-year-old.
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 So nothing makes this kid happy. I could take and give him $100 bill, and he'd be like, cool, and just set it to the side. And
you gave him a one board.
I gave him a one board.
A one wheel.
He didn't like it?
No,
he loved it.
Oh, okay.
But his reaction was like,
oh, cool.
Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it.
That was really nice of you.
Thank you very much. That was nice of you. It was very dry, very monotonish, and it was very much like, cool.
Yeah.
This is for me?
Dad's obviously doing good. And so, yeah, whatever. Cool, Dad. Good job. Thanks.
Wow.
But he goes into the garage.
Different kid. I'm like, where did you put my kid? This kid jumps up and down like, oh, my God, that's so amazing. And he's like, I'm so happy for you, Dad, blah, blah, blah. And can I start it up? He sits on it, starts it. And it was that moment when you got your first dirt bike and you heard it start for the first time. You pretty much get a half mast. You're like, oh my God, this is exciting.
Except instead of a 250cc two-stroke, it's a 116 cubic inch
beast.
You
You started up in my neighbors because my house is on a hill. and my neighbors have a big bay window in front of their house. Like the whole, like I started up and all you hear is clap, 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 and that thing is just pounding their house. And I feel bad because I really like my neighbors, but on the same note,
I really like my bike.
I really like my bike.
I mean, which brings me, it doesn't matter how old you are. Motorcycles will A, make you look cool.
Absolutely.
And B, bring out emotional connection, okay?
Absolutely.
The difference between a car and a motorcycle. Like, so I have a story with JoJo last year. He was riding to work with me, and he just chill on the back of the bike. Same bike, your bike. And I can see this little 8-year-old girl just looking at him. Just looking at him.
He is so hot.
Okay, and it was just
It's
like
the bike, I'm telling
and
you.
I'm just checking. I'm just like looking at this 8-year-old girl checking out my kid.
That's awesome.
Like just she's fascinated with him. Like he's on a motorcycle.
Who is this mysterious dark man?
Exactly. And he has no idea because I mean he's 9 years old himself
Yeah.
at the time. So he's like no clue. But it's just like and it's not like any. It's just like she's just fascinated like the fact that another kid is on a motorcycle. I think you know what I'm saying. But it doesn't matter how old you are. Motorcycles are gonna pick up chicks. Okay, for one.
And that, you know what? There's another thing to that, though. Most of the generation that you see on motorcycles right now is an older generation, the grandparent generation, which they are. Most of their parents aren't going to be. Their kids aren't going to be like, "Yeah, put your grandbaby on the bike with you." That's not something that happens. But now we're getting into a different generation of riding. In fact, we're offering vehicles that are more geared toward our generation, a younger generation that has kids that are your child's age, my child's age.
Right.
Kyle's like almost my child's age. So I mean, we're keeping everybody on bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Kyle here.
I'm helping.
But the other thing is that one of my favorite things is when I'm on the bike is pulling up and seeing kids in cars.
Oh, absolutely.
I love waving at kids in cars, and they just
They
just
love
like
it. They love it.
like
I'll do a little brap for him and everything.
that's about the only time I rap
Yeah.
is when it's like a kid in the car. Okay,
Yeah.
there's 3 triplets I would say the other day. Yeah, it made me think about this, and made me think about your kid, and made me think about JoJo, and this and the other thing. And basically, they just were fascinated. They were like, "Oh my god!" And they just like it's like window, like faces on windows, just like, "Oh my, this is like amazing! Like, what is this thing?" Like,
Yeah, that feeling is completely generational. I mean,
It is. You
it goes
just
through
don't
everybody every
see
time
it.
you get
Yeah.
on that bike.
and I hope it inspires someone. I like in the sense
Yeah.
of the next generation riders.
That
'cause,
that
like,
feeling is awesome, like you said.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
that's what I love.
When I'm doing wheelies and stuff, there'll be kids in the back seat like pointing out the window,
Exactly.
and they're
Yeah.
like, "Look, mom, 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 mom," and then you see the mom. Oh, how dare they?
Yeah.
No, and it's like, and it's funny because
No, I'm the dad that's like, yes, that's awesome. Keep
Sometimes
going.
you get something like
Yeah.
that. You know?
you do. I mean,
Yeah.
last night I pulled up to a stoplight and this freaking dude, he's like, I cut the bike off for some reason. He's like, "Where'd the music go?" I was like, he was listening to my music.
That's awesome.
I was like, "Oh, sorry, Jesus."
I do the same thing.
But
I said I'd have to do the same thing. I like your music. It's good.
thank you, appreciate it. Maddie,
Love that girl.
okay, she went on her first motorcycle ride. She just turned 13. Okay,
Yeah.
so I picked her up and took her on a ride.
Was that her first ride that day?
Yeah. That
Her
she came-
birthday?
Yeah, her birthday when she came.
That was
here.
her first ride?
That was her first ride ever.
That's awesome.
Okay, so she freaking and she loves coming to work. Okay, she loves coming here. I don't know why she just loves coming here.
Motorcycles. Duh.
It's maybe that or just YouTube. I don't know what it is, but the fact is, she knows all like Joseph's
this
commercial.
is
She
literally
knows
like-
Joseph's Christmas commercial.
Yeah.
Word
Santa?
for word, like the Santa one. She knows that one like word for word. She goes, "I want to go there and I want to be in YouTube video like JoJo and this that, and the other." I was like, okay,
Yeah,
Like,
we could do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Let's do it.
So she goes, Jess was like, "Hey, maybe we could go work with Dad one day." And she was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Tomorrow? Can I ride a motorcycle?" And she's like, "Well, probably because that's how he gets to work." She's like, "Eh," and she's like, starts jumping up and down like this.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Squealing noise, and it was just like she was like so excited to ride the motorcycle. She goes, and Jess was grabbing Alex's helmet, okay, because I was going to pick up Alex from work, my 16-year-old, and she's like, I gotta get my helmet, and she's like, "No, not today," it's like 'cause she has no concept of time whatsoever,
Right.
none. And it's like, "Oh, you say something that's happened like right now." Like, we going somewhere? It's happening like now.
Right now.
Right now. She's like, oh, okay, we're going to go to work right now. I was like, no, it's like nighttime. Like, no, not you. Right now.
I'm going to bed right now.
I'm going to bed.
He's working night shift today.
Exactly.
Come on, let's go.
At the motorcycle, we're selling bikes throughout the night, okay? You're going to come here and you got
It's not a bad idea.
No, that's when the elves come and make all the
freaking
bikes.
mouth. Carson will hear that and be like, you know what, Kyle, you
Yeah.
got something.
If I say something too loud, I'll be here at like 1 o'clock in the morning going,
Oh, you guys could totally avoid having to take up time during the day by doing the show at night. It's a great idea.
We've done that.
I know, I see it. Remember, I was supposed to be on one.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, 7:30? No, that's about
I'm
an
out.
hour before
Bunching.
my bedtime.
I should be drunk right now. I should be working on my belly.
Absolutely.
I should be working on this, keg. So
This is a large investment.
you're happy. So, hey,
No. You're
I have
happy.
one gripe
I'm
with
Kenny.
okay, you're Kenny. Kenny, I have one gripe with you.
Okay.
One.
Okay.
You.
I'm glad you can get to two.
You
Spit
and
it out.
Knox sold me on my bike.
Yeah. And you
We got
still
the
want a
Fab
cup holder
20,
for it?
Fab 28. Love it. Okay, the Barnstorm Relocation Kit, which I think you were about to smack me on.
Yeah.
Okay, when we didn't freaking. I actually had second thoughts about the Barnstorm Relocation Kit.
And what did you find out about the Barnstorm kit? Like, comfort-wise. I don't even really care about the look
That's
part.
amazing.
Okay.
It's amazing. Honestly, anyone that is ever listened to this podcast or has any idea, think about Challenger, the Barnstorm Relocation Kit is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and the fact that all those parts that they make are high quality.
High quality,
They are super high
interchangeable.
quality. They are interchangeable. They have like multiple options for your bars and your risers. They all look great. I mean, your bike, it's a one of one.
It is a one of one. So I
Definitely.
love it. The Barnstorm and the Fab 28, I mean, those two things right there are absolutely amazing. There's only one thing we haven't done yet, and I'm waiting on.
We are slacking on that. I need to,
We.
you know what?
He says we.
We.
I am waiting on one person
I need to have
do
some
one
parts
thing.
machined so we can have the FTR front end on the on his Challenger. I've got everything. I just
We
need
have
to
all
run,
the things
I need
except
to
for
run
one
over to the
thing.
machine shop.
It's
What do you mean by front end? Like the forks and the,
forks.
wheel?
The
and-
forks. Just the forks.
Just
So we're going to
forks?
put the gold tubes on there from the FTR. So we have fully adjustable
suspension.
suspension. So right now on his Challenger, you don't have fully adjustable suspension, but once we're done with that, he'll have complete rebound and compression adjustment.
Is it the same,
same.
for
No,
the
that's
most part?
it's a 39 millimeter versus a 43 millimeter. Okay, so we need a 3 millimeter shim.
Not really necessarily a shim. I'm gonna make a collar, like a sleeve that's
Yeah.
gonna go
Yeah,
over it.
yeah, that makes sense.
And
So-
that way it can't move and the force can't
It's
come out. So.
basically it's just compressing the gap so that way we don't put stress on the triple tree.
So, question, because
Yeah.
I know I've seen it. That relocation kit that brings the instrument cluster up, right?
It
And
brings
then-
it straight up.
Okay, so but it's just the instrument cluster, or
No,
is
no,
there,
no. So it's not the
there's
instrument
more-
cluster. It's actually making it really like right there where you see the screen. It puts the screen right in front of you. So
I did
your nav
notice
is-
that.
Your
And
nav
then-
is up high instead of down low. You
Okay.
don't need to know. I mean, your speed and your tack go on the sides, which you don't look at
Which-
that as much.
Yeah.
Except when you're going fast. But then, so I had to modify. I just modified my ride command so that way I always have my tachometer and my digital speedometer right
Okay.
there on the top of the thing. So that way, whatever screen I'm on.
Things heads
So
up.
they have a bunch of different options.
I
too.
mean, that's the
Okay.
great thing about the Indian is that there's so many different options for
Okay.
the
It's
ride
his Top
command.
Gun bike. He's got a heads up view and
I
everything.
do.
Well, I've seen
it feels
the
like,
instrument cluster where it is, and it looks really cool
looks
how
really
it is.
good.
I mean, you get rid of that little sunglass holder thing, but nobody. Puts
No,
it
no,
doesn't
that's
come
only
on
on
the
the Chieftain.
Challenger.
The Challenger.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
The
That's
Challenger's
right.
got that badass fixed
No,
fairing.
basically the way it's funny you bring up the Top Gun heads up display. I basically like you know when they're like talking about in the first one that we're gonna teach you to fly the F-14 harder and faster. Like
Yeah.
I was thinking the Challenger, the baggers like that. It's like it's an F-14 trying to fly like a MiG 28.
Absolutely.
I mean, and that bike is like the Challenger is a bagger built around a
Yeah, I mean it's basically
performance bike suspension, performance bike setup. It's just like it's not.
It's a V-twin overhead cam. So, I mean, it will pull you as hard as you can pull the throttle, and it just...
Well, I know when they had demos at Baker American, I had ridden the Chieftain, the Scout,
It's a
and
different-
the different. And then I was like, oh, let me try the Challenger, and it had just come out. And I honestly think it was like a demo with mainly that in mind, and everybody was doing. it. I
Yeah,
was like,
that was the
all
demo
right.
truck that we were supposed to get down here for our grand opening.
Well,
That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome.
it was nice though. Like my dad went to go to the demo. I was like, ride that one.
That's what it is. I mean, it's like people ask us like, which one's better, Chieftain or the Challenger? I was like, it's not comparing each other. It just depends on what you want.
Yeah.
No, because basically, like, my bike is a Springfield Dark Horse, so I consider that more like a Cadillac, and like his is more of like, you know, race breed, race
Yeah,
genes.
yours
So
is like a
his-
cruiser,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
vintage kind of styling.
I'm going
No,
down
it's
to-
just smooth. Even
no,
like in
mine's a
Springfield.
Cadillac. His is a Corvette. That's the difference.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
you're still
Yeah.
gonna ride in something sexy and badass, but in mine, like you can ride and just be nothing but comfort, legs out, which you can do that on his, but you're not gonna roll and burn down to like 8,000 RPMs and just tear the highway backwards. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just
Tear the highway back.
Yeah, you can watch the pavement peel up behind the bike.
it's like a cartoon. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly. It's like the cartoon where the pavement peels up behind. the bike.
Yeah. I remember that. Was
yeah.
the Wile E. Coyote type
Well,
shit.
when you blew my doors off, and I'm not even going to put the numbers out there because I enjoy where I'm at right now. You were going. You were at the mile and a half mark.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's just like, oh, 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I lost.
Oh, but it's like, we're not even racing. That was one of the reels I did. It was like, we're not even racing. He nodded. He looked. We're still going, we're racing. So.
And at the end, I was like, I had too much weight in my bags. I had my tire pressure was off a couple pounds.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
His nose tank was empty.
that's why
Yeah,
you were
exactly.
drifting. That's why you were drifting into my lane because you had all the weight in that one
I
saddlebag.
don't know why I did that. You know, you'd think
That he was coming in my lane.
You put all the weight in one saddle.
No,
He
I put,
put-
so I had all my clothes on one side, and then I had all my tools on the other side.
Oh my
So I-
god!
it
was
well,
dumb as
it makes
that.
sense.
That's
in a
why
way.
you were drifting into my lane and cutting me off and saying, "Oh, you can't turn right, motherfucker." You were like in my shit.
I just wanted to hold hands.
Just say that next time.
It's hard to. I can't hear over your radio and stuff. I was coming over.
I can't hear over the awesomeness.
Over the awesomeness.
Over the awesomeness. I mean, I can't hear. You can't hear anything over your exhaust.
No, I cannot. And you know what? Sometimes I want to complain about that. Like in the middle of the city, I almost feel bad. Like when you brap. Like sometimes I brap, and I watch people like jump like they think they're getting shot at because it's got that.
Especially where you live.
Oh yeah, and I feel bad. And
Oh,
like I
my
try
God.
to be nice, but then every time I get on that bike, I can't help it. My
Your
hand
balls
just
tingle,
rolls
don't they?
back.
It's because your balls tingle.
Yeah,
With it.
and then I'm like, oh man, I just went through my neighborhood and pissed everybody off again. Like,
I did feel bad when I was riding. I was like, Jesus. Like when I moved in my new house last year.
Yeah.
I was like, well, bunch of old people. Like I was like, oh my God. Like I
They're
just
all gonna
cruise.
hit-
I
they're all
just
gonna
like
hit.
I don't
Hopefully
touch the
there's no HOA.
You
No.
just can't touch the throttle. It's just like, okay, if you touch that throttle, you're gonna piss everyone off. And it's just like,
well, you know what's really weird? The difference between the Challenger and my bike. So my bike is louder at an idle than
Yeah.
your bike is at an idle. But
My
when we get
idles-
into it, like when you get into your bike is way louder than mine.
Is it the idle like where it's sitting at? Maybe.
Well, so my idle is I don't know if it's.
I
the
think it's the
pipe or-
exhaust. I think it's
Yeah,
the exhaust.
My exhaust is what's left of it is pretty much just a straight cannon tube. So it's just like a megaphone effect, and his has got like a really nice Fab 28 with a good
tapered
baffle. in it.
down. It's just it's a beautiful exhaust. But Jessie loves it.
Does she really?
She loves my new bike for the simple fact of the exhaust.
Oh, she didn't like the exhaust.
Well, she did, but it would work the dogs up like 3 miles away. The dogs would hear me like forever, and so she has 3 miles of me freaking
Getting the dogs
listening
excited.
to my dogs just like barking and whining and barking and whining, like excited. And she knew when to put him out. She's like, oh, here he comes. Now it's like I've actually could sneak up on her and her boyfriend.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's like she
It's
goes,
about
when
time
did
you
you
met
get
Sancho.
what?
It's about time you met Sancho.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Make
one of
sure
those-
you ask him to pay some of those bills, though.
I will, because you know what? I don't want to. He doesn't get all the fun.
No.
No. No, but the fact is that the bike, I've actually rolled up at the house. She goes, when did you get home? I was like,
You're not doing that on my bike.
no, there's no sneaking effect. You're
There's
not.
no.
Like-
And my house was built in like 1941, so like even my kids both told me when I pulled up, like the glass window panes, they go pang, 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 pang. Like the kids said you can hear them shaking, and I'm like, all my neighbors have the same windows.
Yep.
Oh,
They all I live
that
in a
one bay window at your neighbor's house is probably doing.
Oh
that.
yeah, well I live in like a historic neighborhood, the Belvedere neighborhood, and all the houses have those old single pane windows, but all the houses have huge bay single pane windows. So I know when I'm pulling through there, they're all like, "Kenny is a dick. No one likes you. Move." And I'm like,
Kenny's like, I don't care. I've lived my whole life with no one liking me.
Exactly.
And I've been a dick forever.
exactly. But I have fire socks.
You do have your socks are pretty lit. I beat you to the stupid pun.
They are lit. But I got off the train whenever it started going lit fam and all that. I was like, no, I'm not saying that.
He's on fire.
You know, the one thing I still haven't gotten is when people are like saying something's cool, they're like, it's gas.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ones.
So are we going backwards now? Instead of being like fire, we go to gas. And then what is it going to be? That's a match. That's match, dude.
I still don't get capping.
I don't know. That's a Joe thing. Joe's all about freaking capping. If Joe was on the thing, we'll talk to him about that. Like, what the hell's cap?
Well, yeah,
like,
what is capping?
It's lying.
Lying?
Yeah, you're capping. Means like you're lying. You're not telling the truth.
I feel like most things
Is it
like
like
that
lying,
should be like
or is it like embellishing, or
no? You're just basically
being full of shit,
you're just being
or full of bleep.
You're just you can say shit. We're not. I don't know. Kyle gave up on trying to cover.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I actually there's a tick box if you put like what's the word?
Hold on, we have the tick counter. We have a cuss counter.
No.
Happy was about to blow that thing up.
Let's go for the record here.
What's the? It starts with an E, not exempt, but gosh, it's the
explicit.
Explicit.
Also, we have an explicit warning.
I couldn't think of it. No, but whenever you post a podcast, it's like, is it explicit or is it safe for like kids or whatever
Family
it says?
friendly.
Yeah, and I'm like explicit every single time. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what
There's
we
so
said.
many like family members that are missing out on our awesomeness.
No.
No. I'm not saying kids. I'm saying like people who are like, oh, I just want to listen to something family friendly. Like, no, you don't. This is like Joe Rogan, but better because we're talking about like
motorcycles
all day. Joe Rogan's like talking about the universe and space and
so there was
drugs.
There was a brief time that we were trying to go serious and just actually talk about like motorcycles and real topics.
That was like the first 3 episodes.
No, it was maybe okay. And then we were just like, that's just not our niche.
No.
We're just a comedy show that basically talks about
the first 3 episodes we did in one like grouping, and then after the first 3 episodes, like, let's kind of do something different. And then we just started kind of going off.
We just kind of free flow.
Yeah. And now we just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's straight fun.
I mean, if you could just do a show where you recorded what happens either in the front of the house or in the back of the house here, I mean, we'd be pure
That's
gold.
pretty much this show right now.
Yeah, well, this is like a brief synopsis, but we can't put in all the colorful inserts that happen all throughout the day. There's so many sudden nuances and so many inappropriate actions that just make this place a wonderful place to work at.
Exactly. Like
all the HR violations, all of the time.
I'm going to have to get another camera to face the other way so that way when we get mooned, like we did last night, we'll get it on film.
Exactly.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And that was the $1 Million Man mooning you.
That was.
Let's linger.
I mean,
I bet the girls were coming out the freaking woodwork.
I'm going to tell you, that's the only guy. That is literally the only guy I've ever heard of going to Chick-fil-A drive-thru, and the girl comes out and says, "Hey, don't worry about paying. I paid your bill. I know all this food is for all your coworkers at Battleship Cycles. I paid the whole bill, and here's my number and my Instagram and all that stuff."
And then he's like, "Yeah, she's not really my type."
Yeah.
And I was like,
I mean, he had a golden inn, the golden ticket. Willy Wonka gave him the golden ticket.
Chick-fil-A breakfast every morning.
Every morning.
He didn't want to do it.
Oh, he was like, nah, she's not really my type. She's like a 6. I don't go like 8 or lower.
You mean 9?
Yeah, I know. He's
like,
that's why they call him the $1 Million Man.
I mean, that's what happens when you're a movie star's kid.
Yeah, doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt.
That's what I was just telling Kyle earlier, though. See, the prettier you are, the more successful you're going to be at anything you do, whether it's getting women, whether it's whatever you do. You're going to be better at it if you're better looking.
Is that why you're just not successful in anything?
That's why I'm a janitor. But when I get on my when I get on my motorcycle, I'm James fucking Dean.
Exactly, because
people are throwing business cards at you.
And my helmet is closed face, so they're like, who is that badass dude on that motorcycle?
Exactly.
And then when I raise it up, they just see my SpongeBob glasses,
which is actually good because you're basically from here down, from your mouth down is where.
Yeah, I've got pretty eyes. That's what I got going for me.
You have beautiful eyes.
Beautiful blue eyes. I've got white trash from the nose down.
And you got those hipster freaking SpongeBob glasses. And then, yeah, exactly.
I've got all the white trash tattoos.
Your vest, actually covers all your freaking belly.
It does cover my belly. And I figured out if you
covers the square belt.
Yeah, all of it. Yep.
Yeah.
All of it.
All right, Kyle, you got anything else you want to talk about with Kenny?
I think after this episode, we're going to have a bunch of, really ugly people coming in. I need a bike.
Yes,
I hope so.
absolutely. Yeah.
If you are
Come buy a
fugly
bike.
and you need help with
Come
getting
buy a
chicks,
bike.
Do you want
a
women?
motorcycle is going to get you a chick. I promise you. Like, if anything, it's going to build your confidence where you just don't care if you get laid or not.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
because you have the bike to tingle your
Oh,
balls.
that girl didn't message me. Let's go for another ride.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I mean, and then
Didn't
you just
some
go,
girl try to give you her number the other day when you were riding a wheelie down the road?
Yeah, I said it on I think it was on last night's podcast, and I was like,
Yeah.
I rode a wheelie. The girl ended up giving me her number. I was like,
That's
hell
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we talked for a couple days. Now I just got to work on my personality. But, other than that,
At least you don't have to work on your appearance.
yeah,
I mean,
the riding, the motorcycle, wheelie
Exactly.
game, that's all on point.
I mean, it doesn't
On
matter.
point.
Like, if you are ugly, you need help.
that full face worked wonders. She
Full
couldn't
face,
see nothing.
exactly.
She's like, oh,
Hey,
Yeah,
shit.
full
so
face
just
helmet.
we sell full face helmets. We have an awesome variety of those things, and we have all the badass motorcycles you could possibly want. So come here, we'll make you look better. I guarantee you're going to pick up something. It might be a girl, it might be a boy, whatever you want to pick
I mean,
up. You're going to get
if you
something.
want.
Should we make
We
a
have rope-
video about are you fugly?
Yes, we should. That's today's
let's do
video.
it today.
Today's
Absolutely.
nice job.
Thank you.
All right.
Are you fugly? Stop by
Battleship Cycles.
and Marine.
The dating show.
But don't get a boat. Get a boat.
Oh, whoa, that's the other thing. though.
Whoa.
Boats,
You can get a
oh
boat.
my
Boats.
God.
Oh yeah, boat.
Bikes, you get one chick.
Boats, you get a whole
Boats,
fucking, you get a boat
true.
load.
It's just like, oh my.
Unless
Yeah.
it's a kayak.
No, that's not a boat. We sell like
I have a
Pathfinder.
kayak, so it doesn't work.
No. Stop talking about the kayak.
stupid.
Talk about your motorcycle. Shh. Talk about your
Why?
motorcycle.
You hurt my head.
All right, sorry.
Kenny,
Sir.
thank you very much for
It's
pleasure.
awesome. Thank you guys for having
making
me.
all the
Kyle?
decisions for me on my motorcycle. Thanks for building it up. Let's see if we get the FTR forks in, sometime in
Hey,
the
you
future.
know what? It's like my body. It's a work in progress.
Okay,
I
yeah.
got it
So
going.
it's never going to be complete.
No,
and it's always gonna
yours will
ugly.
be complete.
Oh, okay.
Your bike will be complete. I'm still gonna be,
Why are you looking at me, Donald?
Oh my god.
Shaking
Shake
his
your
head.
head. Shake
Look.
that ass.
He's got the cone
Donald,
of shame on.
what are you
the cone of
doing?
shame.
Donald is our boat salesman. If you want all the chicks, come see Donald
absolutely.
Hughes at Battleship Cycles and Marine, and
I
he's
think
going to hook
with
you
the
up with.
boat, they give you a sheet of paper with all the girls' numbers
They
on
do.
it.
You,
They
I
do.
mean,
All
literally,
their
if you just
contact
go like
info.
Masonboro Island and you have a nice boat, you are going home with at least 4 or 5.
4 or 5? Is that true, Donald? Not 10. 10?
Don says he says get the 32 cobia and you are going home with 10.
Wait, they don't get those for fishing. They get fishing for women.
You don't need to fish for them when you
okay.
have a boat.
Donald, do you want to come in here and explain this to us?
He said no thanks.
He doesn't want to.
All right.
He's
Well,
camera shy.
he's camera shy.
I got
No,
him
he's
on
just- he's
one video,
hideous.
and he
He's
still
hideous.
reminds me of it.
He's just so old. The liver spots don't look well on camera.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not wearing a medium shirt.
I'm not wearing a medium shirt. I'm wearing a large shirt, okay? At least I'm in, like, the uniform of the day today, sir.
You know, he never wears red. Never. He's always in that shirt. He can't even be in the red with us.
No, that's fine.
Let's go.
Anyways,
All right.
Kenny, thank you
Hey,
very much.
No problem. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. What the hell are you talking about? You just pulled Jackson.
I did.
You- Like, nice to meet you.
Wait
Like,
a minute. wait.
we've known each other for a year.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Oh, let's do it. Oh, my God. Straight retarded.
God, so stupid.
You're so dumb.
I'm gonna go put the cone of shame on and go to work.
Yes, please. All
right,
right,
bye.
end this thing, Kyle.
All right, later, guys.
This is 1 down, 5 up. See you guys.
Out.